been one whole year, a bit more than a year now actually, since I started healing my inner child through art. I thought I'd do like an updated how healing my inner child through art has helped me grow into this most authentic version of myself that I'm meeting every single day. In about a year, I've filled 2 whole sketchbooks full of inner child art. I'm on to my 3rd now, so this has been something that I've really been working on, just to explore experiences, thoughts, feelings that I know I was storing in my body and in my mind and that I knew needed a release somehow. I just want to start this by giving a little disclaimer. For me, art is a tool, and it's one of my many tools that I have been working with over this past year. I don't just exclusively use art. I meditate every day. I've also been so grateful to work with amazing healers. I've improved my lifestyle, like eating better, cutting out addictions, working with yoga and exercise, bringing more movement into my life. I just wanted to approach myself from this more holistic perspective. I knew that this healing journey that I was embarking on a year ago was not just going to be about creating art of my inner child. It was going to be about bringing healing to my body, my mind and my spirit. Art is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a piece of the puzzle that is so important to my healing journey, and I want to share it with you guys. Why did I turn to art for healing my inner child? As a child, I really struggled to express myself. I was really shy. I lacked a lot of confidence. I was always like the quiet one. I still am, I'm quite an introvert. But I just knew that there was like a lot that my inner child wasn't saying, and there was a lot that I held on to growing up that I didn't feel like I could say. I knew that finding a safe space for my inner child to fully express themselves was going to be key in my inner child healing. So I turned towards art because art has always been healing for me. I've just never really realised it. I've always used art as a way to process my emotions and to just kind of, I don't know, for a while I think I did use it as a means of kind of just tuning out and not acknowledging what was going on. I've been reading up a lot about the inner child. I kind of came to this idea that the inner child communicates through play, through fun, through creativity. So that's what led me to creating the sketchbook and getting the idea for the sketchbook, I think. Creating art from this safe space, making a mess, not caring about the outcome was so liberating for me. As someone that has studied art all throughout school as well, I had never really created in that way. I always wanted to make something that I thought looked good and that other people would think looked good. So creating art in my sketchbooks really helped me to just find so much freedom in that, and this is what I'm creating, this is what's coming out of me right now, and that's okay. Like this page, for example, I'd never painted like this, not since I was a child, and it was so fun. So creating safety and play was really important. In order for me to do that, I had to work a lot on letting go of self-judgment, which that's not an easy thing to do, especially just the time that we live in. Everything is so focused on producing and success, all these outcomes where we put so much pressure on ourselves to succeed. So I was relearning all these different things about art, and I was learning that art didn't have to be good, it just had to be fun. I found these themes sort of seeping into my own art that I make. In the past year or so, as I've been doing this inner child art, my creativity, I feel like I've unlocked a whole nother level to it, and the stuff that I'm making right now really resonates with me, which I never had before because I was always trying to please others and creating what I thought other people would like to see from me. Healing with art is kind of like a mirror to me. It's reflecting back the things that I didn't know I was holding on to, but my inner child was holding on so tightly to. It's those sort of subconscious layers running my life and impacting the way that I was showing up in the world. Some lessons that I've learned from healing my inner child with art. I learned a lot about the process of art and how our choices of colour, the movement, the speed in which we create can tell us so much about what our inner child is trying to communicate with us. I've also learned a lot about symbols. In my inner child sketchbooks, there's been reoccurring symbols that I've noticed. I think these symbols tell a story. The subconscious communicates through symbols and metaphors. The symbols that were appearing in my art journals were giving me so much information about how I was feeling, or if it was like a past experience that I was trying to release, like what emotions, thoughts were trapped there. Our bodies are so smart. Our bodies are constantly communicating with us and telling us so much about our internal emotional state. My inner child art literally became an expression of that, and therefore putting it onto paper, letting it be, was so healing and so cathartic for me in a way as well. Another lesson I've been learning is this massive lesson of acceptance, self-acceptance, and letting go of control. I do all of my inner child art healing with my non-dominant hand, just so I can connect more easily to that part of myself. Creating art with your non-dominant hand is so humbling. It's so humbling, but it's also really helped me to let go of self-judgment. I'm not saying that I've completely let it go. I do still have an inner critic, I think we all do, but my inner critic is nowhere near as harsh and as mean as she was. And I put a lot of that down to reparenting that I've had to do with my inner child through this art healing. It's like reparenting through consistency. I was consistently showing up for my inner child, letting her creating this safe space for her, validating myself as well, seeing my inner child. It's been helping me show my own inner child that she is loved and that she is protected and that it is safe for her to be herself. Art can be like a bridge, and I think that just the same for creativity in general. Creativity is a bridge between our human experience and the soul experience. I kind of opened up this different realm into myself, like a past self but also a present self that was struggling and that was really hurting at the same time, and I didn't realise that she was there and how much hurt there was there. And I think it's really important to recognise these parts of ourselves that are still stuck in the past and that are still hurting, because if we just leave them in the darkness, then things don't change. Even though it was uncomfortable, I needed to bring light to that part of myself that was still stuck in that different time. Art helped me do that. It helped me bridge that gap. Over the past year, I've just changed so much. Genuinely, this is one of the most transformative years of my life. And I know that sounds so dramatic, but I just think, like, when you put in the work and look at yourself and turn inwards, it genuinely is the most rewarding thing that you can do. It's been challenging. I've had so many moments where I've just felt like giving up, and I'm like so burnt out and so tired, and how many times am I going to go back to these same wounds and these cycles that I've already been through? But I genuinely went from someone that was super duper anxious, like I'd go to bed at night and I literally wouldn't be able to sleep. That's why I would smoke, I don't know what like a YouTube safe word is for it. I would just smoke my brains away, because at night I literally couldn't sleep because I'd just be up like rattled with anxiety, just replaying the day, replaying things that happened weeks ago. Just this most silly things, but they feel so big. My body was literally in like this freeze flight response constantly. Smoking, consuming smokable green smokes was a coping mechanism. I feel like I know myself more. I feel like I know my truth, my own values. I've went from someone that would try and just blend in the background and just follow others to someone that is more grounded and rooted in myself. I believe a lot of our challenges and our traumas start with the inner child. I've kind of made it my mission to bring my inner child to the forefront and let her lead the way. The transformation has been wild. Like, I genuinely used to look in the mirror and I just feel so like, I just lacked so much self-love. completely. And whilst I say all this, like, I do want to acknowledge that I am still healing, but I don't, that's not scary anymore. I just know that this is like a lifetime journey, and there will always be healing that needs to be done, and that's okay. Because what I've really learned is that healing is not about avoiding pain at all, it's about seeing it, but it's seeing it with compassion and understanding for yourself. And that's one of the best things that you can do for you, because you deserve it. So if you're thinking about starting inner child work and showing up for yourself, well then, I'm glad this video found you. I really hope I've inspired you, because it isn't all dark, and looking at our traumas and our challenges doesn't have to be scary. You can bring light to it. It doesn't have to be all daunting. If you think that healing your inner child with art might be something that you want to do, then I encourage you to really just focus on the process, not the outcome. Just showing up for yourself, showing yourself love, showing your inner child that they are seen. Don't see them in the eyes of judgment, see them in the eyes of love. Do you really just want to create a sense of safety for your inner child? Because that's what children need. Children need to feel safe in order for them to grow, be themselves. So show your inner child that safety and create safe routines for you. Just take baby steps towards healing. You can just show up for that version of you that needs it. Final tip is to just allow yourself to play and explore this world of the inner child without pressure. It's meant to bring light into your life, not make it stressful. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I just really wanted to share all this because I just feel like I've changed so much and I've softened so much to life. Inner child healing isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering your wholeness and coming back to yourself. So yeah, if you try any inner child art, I've got loads on my channel. You can find links everywhere. Please share your experience. Let me know how you get on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the video and listening to me yap. Right. Love you. Bye.